What does pee taste like? Okay, before I answer, let me make this perfectly clear. I did not learn this information firsthand. I looked it up online. In general, it's salty. It depends a little on what the person drank, but not much. Finding out for yourself is not advised. See, I told you I wouldn't be long. Oh, that wasn't even 10 minutes. That was like, 8. And Tiff's not back yet. Ah, jeez.
Say no more, Hallie. Looks like I'm just in time.
Oh, good. Welcome back. Here, I'll leave you to it.
Hey, hope I didn't worry you. I just needed to get out of that room for a little while. Natsu's been staring daggers at Moni this whole time. Nobody's talking or socializing. It's just the kind of thing I hate to see. It makes me feel so helpless. All I can do is try to wrap up quick for them, so let's push it from our minds.
See. Hey, Tiff, you've heard the song called The Touch by Stan Bush.
I'll give this a listen and I'll see why you like it. The song is so uplifting, it really makes you feel empowered. I'm gonna have to keep it handy for times when I'm not feeling so great. Like today.
Are you a fake version of Bijou, Mike?
Apparently this is a YouTuber, and a decently popular one at that. I think that tells you how much time I spent watching Let's Plays. I watched one of his videos, and we don't have much in common. So I guess you asked me this because we both have green hair. His is a lot lighter than mine, though. In fact, it's pretty close to that awful green from before. I wonder how he'd feel knowing Natsu and Yuri hate that color.
I heard you in your music. I was wondering, what about the Russian hard bass?
This is a pretty fun genre. Thanks for the suggestion. Of course, I didn't understand a word of it. That'd be what makes it Russian, obviously. But they have some pumping beats, so they're great for dancing. As you might expect, I prefer songs where I get the lyrics, but I could still appreciate the tune.
Traditional chibi question. Someone drew in a chibi style, and this looks very cute. Did you see this?
Oh, this was just the cutest thing ever. I especially liked her little ooh face. I don't know where the other chibis came from, but it seems that Howard drew mine himself. From what I hear, this isn't even his usual art style. Still, it was nice of him to make it one for me, so thank you so much for that, Hallie.
Have you ever heard, or read, The Portrait of Markov?
Yup, it had the honor of being the first novel I read at the club. But man, that book is scary. Yuri warned me it gets intense, but I was not prepared. It actually gave me nightmares. But you know, it was worth it just to see how happy it made Yuri. I saw her eyes light up when I asked her to discuss it with me. I've never heard her talk so much. Not since her AMA, at least.
Are you a fan of Godzilla?
After you asked me this, I got a little curious and decided to see for myself. And as it so happens, there was a new film coming out this month, although it's animated. Godzilla, Planet of the Monsters. It premiered in theater 2 days ago, and I was there for it. May I say, I was pleasantly surprised. There was a lot more to it than just big monsters wrecking each other. Of course, they must have done more with the concept to keep it from going stale over the years. So I guess that's my favorite now, but I might explore others too. It never hurts to be open-minded.
Is your hair greener than Monka's eyes?
Well, like I said, I had no way of being sure on my own. So we had Shiro take some samples with his computer. To decide whose attribute is greener, he chose to look specifically at hue. He said that 120 is about the center of the green range in the color spectrum. Moni's eyes range from 90 on the bottom to 180 on the top, while my hair is more toward the blue end. So I guess Moni's eyes are greener after all.
Her hair did used to actually be significantly greener than this, but like I said before, her design underwent a significant number of changes over time, and now we settled on this. It's still recognizably green, but definitely further past jade. Have you ever read the other girls' poetry? Which ones did you like the most, if so?
This was the highlight of my entire follow-up. I just knew I could expect good things when I heard them at the festival. I wasn't disappointed. They all have such distinct styles. It's really awesome. There wasn't a single poem I didn't like. Moni's were so enigmatic, I felt a little lost reading them. Yours were complex too. She likes her metaphors and imagery. Sayo's had a sweetness to them that left you feeling kinda sad. Oh, when I got to see my meta before any of you ever did. Are you jealous? Natsu's poems spoke to me the most, real direct and to the point, but they get there spectacularly. My favorite of hers is Eagles Can Fly, and yes, the rhyming is part of that. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, right, Hallie showed me his poems too. They were, kinda all over the place. I think maybe his style isn't doing him any favors.
Have you ever heard of or tried a Luther burger?
I had to get Natsu's help on this one. There aren't any places around here that serve them. For those who don't know, a Luther burger is a sandwich with a bun as a glazed donut. I cooked the patties and she cooked the donuts and we combined them for our lunch. It was good, but kinda weird. It's strange having a burger with a sugary bun. I think Natsu liked hers too. It was fun to try something different with her.
So you combined Tips Wraps with Monica's Tips of the Day. How would one tip look?
Okay, this was a real trick. Working with Mona to make it was a little challenging. Not saying she was hard to work with, just the task was difficult for us. We put this together as best we could, so I hope you like it. Ahem. Hey y'all, what's up? Tiffany here, and I'm gonna make this writing tip clear. Sometimes when you're writing, you find yourself stuck, but you gotta move forward or you're out of luck. It don't gotta be perfect your first time through, just get something down, but check it later too. If you don't move the pen, you get a puddle of ink. If you go with the flow, then your poems won't stink. Move it or lose it is what I say, and that's Tiff's rhyming tip of the day. I hope that wasn't too embarrassing.
Alright, I asked them to check out a whole bunch of songs.
Mona and I checked out a few of their songs. They're really good.
Referring to Eiffel 65.
It may just be the ones we picked, but they seem to have a running theme of boosting yourself up. I could see why you find them inspiring, and I think she did too. From what I know about the others' music tastes, Sarah would probably like them best. She could sure use the boost these days.
And let's see. Other Eiffel 65 songs. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that was Bloom 06. This is the one about Eiffel 65.
We couldn't quite have a jam session like I hoped, given the circumstances. But I did hear back from everyone about what they thought of Eiffel 65's other work. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but their songs have a lot of similarities. If you've heard Blue, well, you know what you're in for. Sayo and Natsu liked them best, Marty was a little into it, and Yuri not so much. The guys are both just okay with it, I think. As for me, it's like I said before, I'm not so fond of digitized lyrics, though I could still hear them better than some singers anyway. We'd have to go deeper to really appreciate what they offer, but their time just didn't allow.
9 Inch Nails or How Do Destroy Angels.
Same story as before, I've gathered the others' results. We had quite a mixed bag with these two bands. Sayo liked both, but preferred 9 Inch Nails' fastest songs. Yuri said she was down with either, but leaned more toward How to Destroy the Angels. Moni wasn't into either one. She said she liked the pace, but not the tone. I don't know. Natsu said she detested all of it. It's just not her style. Hallie was with NIN. Shiro took H2DA. And me, to be honest, they're both too melancholy, but I could hear the lyrics of the latter more easily. And that brings my time here to a close. Thank you all so much for having me. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I just mean my questions are done. Didn't want you to get the wrong idea. Hey Shiro, you ready?
You know it.
Cool, finish it off in style.
I'll try. Hey Tiff, you didn't hand over the clicker.
Oops, sorry, here you go.
That's better. We traded this around so everyone could advance their own questions. This is the least work I've had to do for an AMA yet. And it's just as well I don't have much to follow up on. Processing the group AMA was a huge pain. I'm sure you've heard enough about the mess we're all in here. So let's just get through it and be done. The sooner the better. What are your 3 measurements? So hilarious, making fun of my moves. But I did say I'd tell you how wide I am, and after some careful measuring, roughly 1.5 feet. Where I'm thickest, that is. See, hey Shira, what is your ideal Sunday roast? I had one for lunch today, and it was pretty darn ideal. I gave myself the works. It was very hearty indeed. It had roast, potatoes, stuffing, broccoli, peas, carrots, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, parsnips, beans, and rice for a local touch, all smothered in gravy. Might have actually been healthy if not for that. I'm surprised I can still move. Do you like anime? Recommended the 7 Deadly Sins. Okay, I'll admit, this wasn't as generic as I expected. Most of the time when the 7 Deadly Sins come up in media, they're a bunch of thematic villains. This show turned it around and made them necessary for resolving the conflict. I always love a good subversion of tropes, so I got a real kick out of that. Good recommendation, dude. Thanks for sharing. Also, Monster Musume. This one was decent as well. Did I mention I borrowed these off Hallie? It's the kind of manga I like more ironically than not. But that's not to say it isn't good. It has enough going for it, in my opinion. It was hilarious to see Kimihito have a harem of monster women unwillingly forced into his care, as well as them forcing themselves onto him. It feels like typical anime stuff, but the premise earns it some extra points.
Have you played the visual novel Magical?
Yeah, I gave this a try. I'm surprised I didn't pick it up sooner. I gotta admit, I never thought I'd be trying to woo a samurai into a relationship. Of course, I had to try all the routes to see who I liked best. For what it's worth, I did Momoyo's first. But in the end, I found myself most drawn to Yuki. It's always satisfying helping a quiet girl break out of her shell.
Let's see. I assume you've read Discworld books, and they told them to.
The title didn't tell me much, so I wasn't sure what to expect. I guess a world held up by elephants on the back of a massive turtle is about as probable as the flat earth theory. I started the series with The Color of Magic, and I quite enjoyed myself. There's nothing like a dose of absurd British humor, and this series is rife with it. Of the books I read, I liked the ones with Rincewind the best. None of them really topped the first for me, but it was all good. I'll have to dig deeper. Seems there's even a point-and-click adventure game for one of them. I gotta check it out.
Let's see, oh yeah, Higurashi anime and such.
I wish I could say this VN was just as good. It had a cool idea, and the writing is decent, but this is the kind of thing that I would describe as overwritten. Basically, every scene is dragged out by dialogue and descriptions that rehash the same stuff. In writing, it's good to describe things well, but not when it forces the pacing to a crawl. So yeah, this could have used some brevity. You can practically skip every other line without missing anything. But apart from that, it was good. Things get pretty nuts in that remote village.
What is your favorite quality of each of the other club members?
I must have missed this question when I stepped off during the group AMA. No problem, that's what we're here for. I liked Monika's confident attitude. Being able to maintain that is commendable enough. Sayori's blissful exuberance is just too precious. Hell, he seems like a loser, but he's such a pro. I admire his devotion. Natsuki can bake. Tiff is such a sweetheart. She's considerate of everyone. And Yuri, well, that's a tough call when she has so much going for her. I think I like how humble she is. Maybe that's a self-esteem issue for her. But at least she's not a braggart by any stretch.
Let's see. Since Shiro mentioned he has played Magic the Gathering, what colors of magic would each of you use and why?
Alright, everybody's magic colors, and why. They shouldered me with this just like Hallie with Persona 5, but at least he could pair them up on any whim of his choosing. After looking over the 5 colors and the traits associated with them, the red seems to suit Natsuki's passionate personality. Tiff, fittingly enough, is green for her down-to-earth nature. Sayori's peacekeeping selflessness pegs her as white. Similarly, Hallie's sense of fair play and lack of bias make him white, too. Blue's traits all describe Yuri, maybe except for deceit, which is basically true of me as well. And Monika, call it a hunch, but I assigned her as black. Something about her tells me she's the self-serving type who's not afraid to step on people if she has to. But who knows? I could be wrong.
What are your views on the military and favorite branch?
So, we talked about this together a little, but a favorite military branch is sort of a weird thing to have. Like, even from a position of reverence, they all deserve plenty of respect. They're all well-trained in serving their country, whether it's on land, sea, or sky. So the conversation kind of evolved into what branches we would consider joining. Hallie thinks his FPS experience qualifies him to be a ground troop. Yeah, right, buddy. Natsuki thought it'd be cool to hit the ocean, while Tiff wanted to be a pilot. Yuri and I concluded we'd better serve the military from supportive positions. She said she could handle being a medic, and I'd do best behind a computer screen somewhere. Monika claims she's a conscientious objector and wouldn't want to be involved. And Sayori insists that the ninja division is real. Looks like that's it. Or rather, almost it. Monika has to wrap this up. There's still one question left to answer after all. Hey Monika, you ready to finish this thing?
You better believe I am.
Cool, take it away, Miss President.
So, you might have noticed that something was conspicuously absent this whole time. Or should I say, someone.
What are your thoughts on notorious criminal Smoo McGill?
I dug around online and couldn't find anything about this guy. So I decided to search more locally, and as it turns out...
Import Smoo? There he is! It's him!
He was a character in this game all along. Oh, but what's this? Oopsie. I haven't had a slip-up like that in a while. I should really be more careful. Then again, he was a notorious criminal. Does getting rid of him make me a hero? Whatever the case, I'm sure we're better off without him. As for my thoughts about him, well, I don't think it's really worth thinking about.
But you know, if at this moment you bother to go check your recycle bin, it actually puts smoothmagoo.cur in there, and you can take it out of the recycle bin. And if you turn it into a text file, I will tell you what is inside, dear viewer. Let me just... I can't see what I'm doing. Hold on. TXT. I am changing the file extension to smoothmagoo. And inside his text file, the truth about smoothmagoo. It's true, no such person exists, but Monica was more right than she realized when she claimed he was a character in the game. In the mod, Doki Doki Yandere Club, a strange thing happens when you name the main character Smoo. An alternate ending plays out, in which he has an epic skill anime battle with another criminal, Simon Burris. Smoo defeats Simon and frees the girls from his influence. However, this is all that's known. Smoothmagoo has no relevance outside that mod, nor does he turn up anywhere else. Simon Burris is equally enigmatic. Although that's the name of a bounty in the Tom Clancy game, like MC pointed out, Simon is represented by sprites of Dio Brando and Yandere Club. It seems this answer only produces more questions. Who are Smoo and Simon really? Is it just a developer in-joke? Was the meme ever meant to go this far? We may never know the full truth. But honestly, it was all pretty stupid, huh? So there you go. That's that. And although I'm not quite done recording for today, I think I'm going to save the rest of this part for tomorrow because my voice is giving out and I want to be able to handle it, the ending properly. So I'm going to stop for the moment and pick this up again later. Bye.